Thank you for joining us. This is an English edition of news from Dalsan TV, Somalia's premier television network, with the latest news from Somalia and around the world. My name is Yunus Deko, and these are some of our top news headlines. Yusuf Hussein Madale takes charge at Mogadishu and Banadr region. President Hassan Sheikh meets William Ruto, agreed to boost trade. And airstrike kills 10 people in Ethiopia's Tigray capital, according to Those are some of our headlines. Welcome to the broadcast. The newly appointed boss of the Somali capital, Mogadishu, Yusuf Hussein Madale, has officially taken over the administration of the region from Omar Mahmoud Filish at a colorful ceremony. Mr. Madale, who previously served in the same capacity during the first term of President Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud, has promised to form an inclusive government tailored to respond to the needs of the people of Mogadishu.
Yusuf Hussein Jim'ali Madale has taken charge of Mogadishu and Banadr region following his appointment by President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud. His appointment ended the tenure of Omar Mahmoud Filish, who served as the mayor of Mogadishu and Banadr governor for 3 years. Mr. Yusuf Hussein Jim'ali Madale is the former mayor of Mogadishu and the governor of Banadr region. He was formerly the secretary of the Peace and Development Party. He assumed office on November 2, 2015. He was later replaced in April 2017 by Thabit Abdi Mohamed. Yusuf Jim'ali is a close confidant and ally of President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud. Madale took charge of the affairs of the Somali capital at an event held at the offices of the Banadr Regional Administration. Mr. Omar Mahmoud Filish said he was honored to be given the mandate to serve the people of Mogadishu. Mr. Filish wished the appointed governor well and resumed the responsibility of heading the capital, the headquarters of Somalia's federal government.
sidaas si la mid ah ayaan rajaynayaa biidni Illaahi al-Kariim in loola shaqayn doono gudoomiyaha cusub maxaa yeelay gudoomiyaha cusub oo lala shaqeeyo.
I encourage you to give maximum support to the incoming governor. The same support you have accorded me. Development will be realized if all of us stand behind him.
The new mayor of Mogadishu and governor of Banadr region, Yusuf Madale, said he will seek to progressively build a more united, equitable and prosperous city.
I will lead in working with our security agencies to curtail the insecurity challenges we are going through. A combination of threats from Al-Shabaab and the organized criminal gang Yalwero.
Key priorities for the new mayor will be tackling Mogadishu's poor security and accelerating service delivery to the people of Somalia.
Meanwhile, soon after assuming office in his first address after taking the helm of the city, newly appointed mayor of Mogadishu, who also doubles up as the Banadr region head, Yusuf Madale, has vowed to take action on runaway crime and gangs operating in the capital. Mr. Madale has called on the public to closely work with security agencies to achieve the desired goal of a secure city.
The Mogadishu and Banadr region boss Yusuf Madale has moved in to curb the rising cases of crime in Mogadishu. On Tuesday, when he officially took charge of the affairs of the Somali capital, Madale encouraged members of the public to report to the police any unusual activity they might spot.
It
is important to double our collaboration with our security agencies in order to curb threats posed by Al-Shabaab and other organized criminal gangs like Yalwero. We must work together. If there is no cooperation, we will not achieve a secure city. A safe city can only be achieved by the people through working together.
He was speaking following the official takeover of the affairs of the region from Omar Mohamed Filish, who served as governor for 3 years. Mr. Majale said he will adopt a partnership approach in addressing security challenges and ensure police officers work without being intimidated. The Minister of Interior, Federal Affairs and Reconciliation, Mr. Ahmed Maalim Fiqi, who attended the inauguration of the new governor, has called on members of the public to collaborate with government as it increases crackdown on illegal gangs.
inteeda kale gobolkan baahiyadiisa ay matalaad ugu horeyso dadka Soomaaliyeed inay.
He underlined the need for security agencies to apply a multi-agency framework and collaborate with other independent offices to maintain law and fight militant networks.
gobolkan iyo magaaladan waa xuduntii iyo indhihii dadka Soomaaliyeed waxay u baahan tahay 3 milyan oo qof oo degan.
This region and city is the heart of the country and the face of the Somali people. The 3 million inhabitants of the city need to remove the 100 people spearheading the insecurity we are facing.
The Somali government has said it will launch a total war against Al-Qaeda-affiliated militant group Al-Shabaab that is seeking to topple the Western-backed government. In show of his seriousness in the fight against armed groups last week, Somalia's President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud urged citizens to stay away from areas controlled by Al-Shabaab jihadists as he vowed to ratchet up offensives against the militants. The Al-Qaeda-linked insurgents have been waging a war against the government of the troubled Horn of Africa nation for 15 years and control large swaths of territory in the country. The group has carried out several attacks in the mainly Muslim country since Mohamud took office in May, ending a protracted political crisis that had distracted from the fight against the jihadists.
Meanwhile, President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, who visited Kenya during the inauguration of William Ruto as president, has agreed to boost trade between Nairobi and Mogadishu following a meeting of the two head of states. The leaders who met on Wednesday have instructed members of the Joint Commission for Cooperation of the two countries to accelerate implementation of trade agreements.
Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud has held talks with the new President of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto, at State House, Nairobi. President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud traveled to Kenya on Monday to attend the inauguration of William Ruto, who was elected as Kenya's 5th president. The heads of state have agreed to boost trade between the two countries, whose diplomatic relations fell to a historic low in 2021 when Mogadishu cut off diplomatic relations and accused Nairobi of meddling in its internal affairs. Dr. William Ruto said in a statement, "We will fast-track the implementation of the Joint Commissions for Cooperation between Kenya and Somalia. This will boost trade in miraa and fish and ease movement between our two nations." Somalia and Kenya have also agreed to double security collaboration to coordinate their effort in the anti-terror fight to ensure the safety and protection of the citizens of both countries while intensifying the fight against armed groups. The Joint Commission for Cooperation between the two nations was established to discuss and agree on matters of mutual interest, such as joint security activities, defense, agriculture, trade, intelligence exchange, health, education, training in various fields, and continuous review of the visa regime. In July, President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud held talks with the President Uhuru Kenyatta, who on Tuesday handed over power to Dr. William Ruto and agreed in a joint communique to collaborate with other regional and international actors to provide the much-needed humanitarian assistance to mitigate the effects of the current drought in the Horn of Africa region. The two countries have also announced plans to open their borders and relaunch direct flights between Nairobi and Mogadishu, the capital of Somalia.
And Somalia's international partners are visited by Doha for talks with the President of the state, Abdulaziz Hassan Laftagaren, that focused on political, security and humanitarian matters. The delegation by the UN Special Envoy to Somalia, Ambassador James Swan, have commended the continued efforts that the state has been taking to strengthen local governance.
A high-level group representing some of Somalia's main international partners today met with Southwest States leadership to discuss a range of topics related to political, humanitarian and security developments in both the federal member state and Somalia as a whole, as well as how they can best provide support.
Welcomed the Southwest State Administration's continued efforts to strengthen local governance, and we are encouraged by the just concluded formation of a district council in Hudur. We hope that this sets an example for other such district council endeavors. We stress the importance of ensuring that people are accorded the space to express themselves freely, including freedom of assembly, organization, and media, as the people of Southwest State debate key issues on the public agenda.
Swan stressed the importance of ensuring freedom of expression as envisioned by the federal government. Referring to the national arena, the UN official noted that solid and productive working relations between Somalia's federal government and the authorities in the country's federal member states are crucial to the long-term stability and well-being of Somalis.
In this respect, we renewed our call for a collaborative relationship between Southwest State and the federal government, and welcome the President's attendance at the recently concluded meeting of the National Consultative Council. Somalia's international partners are seriously concerned about the difficult humanitarian situation affecting Southwest State's residents and those who have arrived from elsewhere due to displacement caused by the drought. We are wholeheartedly committed to continuing to support Southwest State as it faces this immense challenge.
Mr. Swan was speaking at a joint press encounter with the Southwest State leader, President Abdiaziz Hassan Mohamed Laftagaren, following a group meeting with him and members of his cabinet and advisors. The UN official was accompanied by the acting special representative of the chairperson of the African Union Commission and head of the African Union Transition Mission to Somalia, Fiona Lawton, Ethiopia's ambassador to Somalia, Abdul Fattah Hassan, Sweden's ambassador to Somalia, Palingad, the US ambassador to Somalia, Larry Andre, the European Union delegation to Somalia's team leader and the head of mission in Somalia Intergovernmental Authority on Development, Abdi Ibrahim. In his remarks, the UN Special Representative noted that the humanitarian situation in many parts of Somalia had grown increasingly dire due to the worsening drought, and that Southwest State was no exception to this. According to a recent report of the UN Office of the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, recurrent droughts and According to a recent report of the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, recurrent droughts and insecurity, mainly due to the presence of the Al-Shabaab terrorist group, have negatively impacted the economic stability and livelihoods of people in Southwest State, leading to a chronic humanitarian situation and large-scale population displacements. At least 1.4 million out of the estimated 2.9 million people living in the federal member state are reported affected by the drought, including 454,600 people in Baidoa district. In addition, Southwest State has one of the biggest caseloads of internal displacement, food security, and malnutrition in Somalia. Recent food security projections indicate that more than 213,000 people reportedly facing catastrophic food security levels in Somalia, and 112,000 are reportedly in Southwest State.
Somalia's international partners are seriously concerned about the difficult humanitarian situation affecting Southwest State's residents and those who have arrived from elsewhere due to displacement caused by the drought. We are wholeheartedly committed to continuing to support Southwest State as it faces this immense challenge.
Somalia's humanitarian response plan for 2022 seeks close to $1.5 billion and has currently reached around 68% of that target. Following the meeting with the president, the visiting delegation met with the local contingent of African Union peacekeepers serving with ATMIS and with representatives from civil society organizations. With the latter, they heard about their concerns and how the international community can best assist them in their work as they support local development, human rights, and the needs of women, youth, and other historical marginalized groups.
And now to Ethiopia, where there are reports of an airstrike. 2 airstrikes have hit the capital of Ethiopia's Tigray region, Mekelle, on Wednesday morning, killing 10 people, according to the director of city's flagship Aidar Referral Hospital. The latest shelling in Ethiopia's northern region of Tigray came after authorities there expressed readiness for a ceasefire. 2 airstrikes have hit Ethiopia's Tigray region on Wednesday morning, killing 10 people, many of them first responders. The director of city's flagship Aidar Referral Hospital has said, as Ethiopia's government gave no sign of taking up the Tigray forces' offer to stop fighting and pursue talks. The target in Mekelle was a residential neighborhood. Kiprom Gebreselassie told the Associated Press. He further added that 3 of the victims need urgent medical surgery in the face of shortage of medicine in the region. The first airstrike wounded 2 people, but the second was deadly, with rescuers among those killed. The death toll could climb as more patients reach the hospital, another doctor said, speaking on condition of anonymity because he was not authorized to speak to the media. In a weekend statement to mark Ethiopia's New Year, the Tigray leadership said they were ready to participate in an immediate cessation of hostilities with Ethiopian forces, leading to a comprehensive ceasefire, and even welcomed a mediation led by the African Union, a significant shift. But Ethiopia's federal government is yet to publicly respond, amid reports of more talks between the 2 sides in Djibouti. With the independent media, human rights groups and monitors barred from Tigray, and with most basic services like internet severed, it is still challenging to assess the situation on the ground. Several airstrikes have hit Mekelle since fighting resumed between Tigray forces and Ethiopian forces in last August, shattering a period of relative calm since late March. Several airstrikes have hit Mekelle since fighting resumed between Tigray forces and Ethiopian forces in late August, shattering a period of relative calm since late March. The calm had allowed more humanitarian aid to reach the long-blocked Tigray region, but those deliveries have now been halted according to the United Nations. Deliveries to conflict-affected parts of neighboring Amhara region have also stopped. Since the conflict broke out in November 2020, tens of thousands are believed to have been killed and millions displaced in Tigray, Amhara, and Afar regions. And with that story, we come to the end of this broadcast, an English edition of news from Dalsan TV, Somalia's premier television news network, broadcasting 24-hour news and entertainment programs. Until we meet again, have a lovely time and enjoy the rest of your viewing. My name is Eunice Deko. Bye-bye.